Hi viewers, welcome back to Jidov Trailer. So today we are going to see what was the ending of Netflix Malcolm and Mary movie. So coming to this Malcolm and Mary movie, so the entire film except the closing scenes takes place within the span of a couple of hours late one night. So young filmmaker Malcolm, that is John David Washington, and his girlfriend Mary, that is Zendaya, returned to their rented and temporary adobe after attending the premiere of Malcolm's most recent film. So the conversation reveals that he has made movies before, but none received positive reviews from the critics. That was the topic started. So, however, this one will likely break that unflattering streak. All the critics that Malcolm spoke to in the evening gave him a positive feedback. So as he awaits for the reviews to be published and to know what they officially think, he notices that Mary is angry with him. So it is revealed that Malcolm forgot to thank Mary during his speech. So although he later apologized, it is clearly not enough. So Mary recognizes it as a symptom of a bigger problem and connects to its internal narcissism. So what follows is a cascade of accusations and counter accusations, with neither of them particularly caring that they are causing irreparable damage to their relationship. So the accusations and subsequent fights occur in an episodic manner, and as the film progresses, they worsen. Mary claims that the protagonist of Malcolm's film Imani is based on the period of her life when she was an addict. So, for her, Malcolm's inability to give credit where his due stems from his narcissism. So he can't fathom the idea of rightfully sharing the fruit of his creative labor with someone else. So even if that person is deserving of it as him. So, coming to Malcolm's response is no less emotionally violent. You wanna hurt me, Mary? Like this was telling her. So I promise you, I can hurt you 10 times worse. You are an expensive, featherweight, and lovely one, boss. I can snap you like a twig. So he then launches into the lengthy verbal assault on her self-worth. He names all the women from his past who have inspired him to create Imani, and relegates the similarities between the character and Mary to the former strategic aspects. So Malcolm at one point takes an obscene amount of pleasure in providing certain details about one particular past lover, Kiki. So he says that she worked as a dancer while clearly meaning something else. Throughout the film, Malcolm reiterated that it's supposed to be the biggest night of his life and blames Mary for ruining it because of her own insecurities. He has fought tooth and nail to realize his dreams, and he has brought him to where he is now. So, on the contrary, Mary has long given up on the pursuit of becoming an actor, despite being incredibly talented. Eventually, it becomes of the Mary always the project as a collaborative effort and wanted to play Imani herself. So it came as a shock to her when Malcolm left her behind and chose someone else to be his leading lady. So these revelations, as much as the Scottish Earth fights, drive the plot forward. So. Shot in black and white, the film is intensely claustrophobic despite the spacious house it is set in. Although the two characters regularly take breaks from fighting to drink, smoke, or stroll around, they are ultimately trapped with each other, at least for the night. Separation comes up several times, but it is never earnestly discussed. Despite the horrible things that are said to each other, Malcolm and Mary still hopelessly in love. So ultimately, the film circles back to Malcolm's narcissism and his uh, unwillingness to change himself for the relationship's sake. And all Mary wanted from him on this night. So public thank you for her contribution to the film and his life in general. And she let him use her experiences to write the script and draft until he was satisfied with what was on the paper. So she warns him that his shortcomings are bound to affect his creativity as well. So why Malcolm angry at the critic? So there was a white female movie critic at the premiere representing a mainstream news outlet from Los Angeles. So she gave a bad review to one of the Malcolm's earlier films, and evidently he has held a thinly discernible grudge against her since then. So however, even this critic likes the new film and tells him that so after the premiere, so Malcolm becomes irritated when the woman starts to point out the thought of racial and social commentaries. So are Malcolm and Mary going to be together? So that's the final conclusion, guys. uh, for all the shouting and bickering throughout the movie, the closing sequence is probably subdued right before they fall asleep. Malcolm offers Mary an apology before saying thank you. So their bedroom is definitely not where she originally wanted it, but don't diminish it to a relationship. Malcolm is forced to accept that they have both made sacrifices for each other. So and through that acceptance, he can show that he wants to be in a relationship. So after a moment of panic, he locates her standing outside. The film ends with both of them looking away from the camera. Considering their personalities, this will definitely not be the worst fight they will ever have in the process. So the best thing they both can do is learn from the arguments and strive to become the best they can do for one another. So that's the ending explained, guys. So please share your valuable thoughts regarding this and subscribe our Legend of Trailer channel to get more update like this, guys. Thank you.